Bless up, live it up, and time to give it up. Let's give thanks and praises, make this thing do what it do. If you haven't heard or haven't read about the incident that took place, let me be the one to go about disclosing that information all to you. It's dangerous out here for young men, especially young men of color, minorities, and disproportionate people. It almost seems as though we have become the target in which law enforcement is purposefully trying to go about irritating and escalating the situation. Police, they're using excessive force, especially on the men of color. Now, this is a touchy subject because too many of us have been disenfranchised by these so-called let me go about using the right terminology because I don't want to go about seeming as though I'm spewing venom or hatred towards any human being. But where's our councilman? Where's our congressman? Where's our governors? Where is our elected official to go about making sure that we get treated fairly like everybody else? Because police brutality is getting out of hand. And law enforcement seems to believe that it's okay to go about using excessive force and have it be justified just because there's a narrative or there's something that has been tolerated for so long. Over this last weekend, Tyreek Hill was detained. Reckless driving, speeding, incorrect lane change, whatever the case may be. No human being should be dragged out of their car, put in handcuffs. Rather, the situation escalated to a point where the one who was trained to go about de-escalating and maintaining control of the situation was the one perpetuating and escalating things for things to get out of hand. But I come to ask you, Tyreek Hill is a public figure. He's well known. But what if that was you? What if that was your son? Because too many times we go about telling our kids when being pulled over by the cops, 10 and 2, keep your hands on the steering wheel, have all the windows rolled down. But this is what I come to ask. If the one who is meant to go about doing the right thing is left to his own device, what chance do you stand? You see, there's no more accountability. We have lost control as a people. We have given up our power. And in giving up our power, we are left to the mercy that we pray that we will make it home. But there's legal actions that one could go about taking. If you ever find yourself in a precarious situation and it's gotten so out of hand that I'm pretty sure all of us could go about remembering the George Floyd situation, the Rodney King that escalated and set LA ablaze because of the riots. But here's what I come to tell you. Unless we go about taking back the power, the Tyreek Hills of the world, George Floyds of the world will continuously be something that we have to go about dealing with. We as a people need to go about taking back our power and holding individuals accountable. And if the head of the departments won't hold them accountable, then we need to take measures that we could go about promoting our safety, to make sure we make it home from work, to make sure that we don't have to live in fear of the police. I'm not saying that all police officers are bad, but what has been tolerated, we need to go about ridding the system of that. Because at no point in time, it should not be only applied to a certain people that you keep your hands 10 and 2, you have your windows rolled down. That is blatant discrimination, blatant racism, and that is blatantly wrong. This is the time where we have to go about taking actions, where we have to go about looking after ourselves. Now you got to make that choice. Walk in your peace. 1.